I'm in Essex to see an 18-year-old with a very quirky car from the early 60s, and it's not a Mini. And I've been told it's just around this corner, so let's have a look. And there it is. This is Generation Flex, and welcome to the Late Break Show. So this is Zack.
Hello.
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of this?
So this is my 1966 Singer Shamrock. I bought it when I was 15 from a 9-year-old man. Well, I wanted to get a car when I was 15 just as a like project car. So we went to shows and I saw loads of Imps and I was like, it's quite a cool car. So then I kept pestering my dad about it, and then he finally said, all right then, get one. So then we were looking on eBay and stuff, and we're bidding on them all, but they seemed to like just go straight away. So we finally saw this one came up, so we jumped on it straight away. We had to pay a premium for it because obviously it's one owner from new. And yeah, so we've been sort of trying to do stuff to it as we've gone along. So now I'm 18. When I was 17, when I passed my test, it was my first car.
So it wasn't like a chamois to begin with. You didn't like have your mind set on this car in particular.
No, so I knew I wanted something cool as my first car, being a car person. So we went around and I was looking at Imps, and then I didn't even know anything about them. So I was just looking on Imps on eBay, and then obviously you get all the different models and all their names. So then this is the Singer Shamrock, so it's got the wooden trim, the wooden dash, and like the more luxury version. So it wasn't a chamois that I was going for as such. Yeah. It was just a cool car. But
so it's they've got the false grille as well on the
yeah. So it's got the bit of grille with a badge on it, and then the overriders as well on the bumpers.
Lots of little extra
little bits,
things to make it look nicer. Do you mind if I ask how much it cost?
So when I bought it, I paid $4,500 for it.
Okay.
But obviously they've gone up now. Insurance for my first year was $1,500, I believe. So
that's not too bad.
It's not bad. It's not the best, but I'll see what it's like for the second year of owning it. So.
Well, you're 18.
Yeah.
So were you 17 when you?
So I was 17. It was my first car. I learnt driving it. So.
Okay, but £1,500 isn't bad. I think I was insured on a standard Ford KA for about that. So having something like this it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about the history.
I'm not 100% sure on all of the history. We've tried to contact the wife of the old man that had the car before me, but we didn't get very far with that. But the old man had his ways of doing things. So as you can see, he's painted the bonnet with a paintbrush, so you can see all the paintbrush marks in there.
He's only done half of it as well, by the way.
So there's a nice masking tape line where he's decided to put that. And then when we bought it, all the suspension arms and all the engine bay was all painted bright silver hammerite, so that just looked awful.
That's probably difficult to get off as well if it's hammerite.
So we've gone through all of that and made it look a lot better. I've got some of the old pictures from when he had it, so it's all like standard and jacked up and stuff. And I've got the original receipt as well, so when we bought it, it came with quite a big folder full of paperwork.
Has it got the original receipt of the car?
So I've got the original receipt of £465 back in the day. So
that's cars have gone up a lot now, haven't they?
Definitely.
That would have been a good price to get it for.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Should we have a look in the the boot, because the engine's in the back on this.
So there's not much in there. There is a spare tyre and a fuel tank.
Yeah, of course the fuel tank's in the front. Yeah. I was actually expecting it to be a little bit bigger than this.
Yeah, so it's not the biggest space. You can fit a toolbox and a camping chair, that's what's normally in it.
Yeah, so. Toolbox obviously to keep it going. So you could get, if you took the spare wheel out,
you can take the spare wheel out and get a bit more space. Because I've changed the wheels, the spare wheel only fits on the back now because it's got disc brakes at the front.
Oh, nice! So you've upgraded them.
It's a pretty pointless spare wheel, to be honest. But,
Well, it's just there for originality, I guess.
Yes, yeah, I kept it in there. It keeps the weight in the front as well. So
yeah, a bit better handling.
Bit better handling, yeah.
I'm just noticing loads of original like Lucas parts, obviously.
Yes, so it's got quite a lot of random stuff, old bits on it, like the brake booster thing, whatever it's called. That's all original, so it's sort of perished away. You've got the lights.
Originally perished.
You've got the lights that are sort of rusty as well.
What's this? Is this?
So that is the air duct for the heater.
They just run it all the way down.
They run it down, and there's a fan under there, and in the grill bit. So then it sucks it up, and then I've taken the heater out because it leaked, so it's got no heater. So that's great.
Okay. So does that is the heater? Have you just? Is this what this is? Just a bypass?
Yeah, so that's a bypass, and it's tucked in behind there.
Oh right, okay.
So yeah.
So I thought, looking at pictures of it, I thought I thought a radiator would be in the front running hoses to the engine.
Yeah, so all the racier guys with like the bigger power, they cut that out and put a rad there and get rid of that box.
I've just noticed the trim on the side is missing. Is that...
Yes, so I took the trim off to respray the car, and I got all the way to about to sand it down, and then I realised how much respraying a car was, and instead of paying 60 quid for a packet of trim clips, I've just left the trims off, so the side trims are off, and then there should be little sliders on the boot lid there. But
actually looks quite nice with the white pins.
Yeah, so yeah.
Anyway, let's have a look at the engine. Does it just lift up?
Yep, so it just lifts up. Nice little hinges.
Nice. It's very clean in there. Have you had the engine out?
Yeah, so when we bought it, we took the engine out. As I said, he painted it with silver hammerite. So we took the engine out, and then we sanded it all back and painted it the closest to the original colour that we could find.
No, these were really revolutionary, all aluminium engine block, weren't they? For the cylinder head as well. I've heard loads of stories when these cars were new, they used to be taken to the garages because when the early ones had loads of problems.
Yeah.
And then they used to like strip the threads in the aluminium because they weren't used to working on aluminium engines, so they almost created more problems.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. Does it go all right?
Well, it goes all right. It's only got 47 horsepower, so obviously it's not really fast.
It doesn't weigh anything though, does it?
No.
It's like
746 kilograms.
That's nothing. It really is, especially compared to modern cars.
Yeah.
That's like less than half the weight of a modern car.
So the fastest I've gone is 72. So that was pushing it down a hill. So
with the wind behind you as well. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not the fastest car, but it's quite nippy because it's so small. So.
Yeah, it's cool. It doesn't need to be fast to have fun.
No, exactly. It handles well, so you sort of just keep the momentum.
Just a single carburetor?
Yep, so single standard carb. The sports came with twin. But,
twin carbs, nice.
I was thinking of doing it, but then you just have to do the cam and all sorts.
Oh, yeah.
I've just left it as it was. It's got a new aluminium rad because the standard one went. It broke down, so I was stuck, so then we bought a nice new one. So it's got an electric fan on the back just in case it does overheat. So I shouldn't have any more overheating problems, which is one of the problems that they had originally.
Yeah, it did have, I was going to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got an alternator conversion, simple sort of thing.
Instead of the generator, yeah.
Yeah, and then we bought a new ignition kit, so it's got a better spark because I was stuck somewhere, so I thought we better upgrade that. So
is it still running points, or is it?
Yep, so it's still got points. It's just a better coil, and it's a better way of doing it, I believe. How do we know this was going to happen?
Yeah, it runs alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it sounds pretty good. It's got quite a tap on it.
Oh, it is cold.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got a different exhaust on it. I got that from a friend.
Is this the 998cc or the?
No, so this is the 875cc, so it's the more basic version, the standard one. The 998 came in the better versions of them. So
yeah, this one was, so the 875 was also used in the Bond 875.
Yep, so it was using that, and it was using the Clan Crusader as well, so they're all the same engine. So it was a fire engine water pump, so they put them on the old fire engines to obviously spray the houses or the fires, whatever. So yeah.
But when they put it on its side to go in this, then the water pumps would seize or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
See what you mean? It's quite bumpy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mostly the chair, to be honest.
Yeah.
That clutch is really annoying.
Oh, is that what that noise is?
Yeah, it's just on a graphite steady plate as a bearing. So when it's cold, all it does is...
right, okay.
When it's cold, it just squeaks.
Yeah, because this, I believe, was the first mass-produced car to have a proper diaphragm clutch.
Yeah.
So, obviously they didn't work out that a bearing was a good idea at that point. There's not too many rattles.
No, there's quite a few donks, but...
It is an old car, but...
Yeah, so it makes all the old car noises.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's got a nice sound to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes quite well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not actually going that fast.
No, so that was 30. So.
Has this been converted to run on unleaded, or is it still leaded?
Don't ask me. We bought it. It had an engine rebuild in the 90s-ish.
Okay, so probably
so
still
it probably has maybe been done, but we're not sure.
Okay.
So
do you put additive in?
No.
Okay. So
it hasn't blown up yet.
Got the quarter lights.
Yeah, they're quite a cool little feature. They pop open. So yeah, it does sound quite good.
It does. Yeah, no, I like it. It doesn't. It's not too.
It's not too loud. It's not too drony either.
Yeah, the drone that gets really annoying in a lot of cars. And you haven't set up the suspension too stiff either, so it's still absorbing the bumps.
Yeah. I was speaking to one of my friends who races this in a proper championship.
Yeah.
And I was chatting about how he handles all the corners and stuff, and he told me to run 18 psi in the front tyres. So obviously that's not a lot either, so that helps the bounce as well. But
the sound reminds me of something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Old fire engine water pump. I see what I mean about those wing mirrors up on the front wings. They're
not aimed anywhere near where you want. It used to, when you drive it, they used to flop around, so that would just make it even worse.
Yeah, you can't adjust them from where you are, so
no,
you have to get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Crash pad.
That's supposed to be a crash pad.
That's supposed to stop your head from hurting yourself.
It's quite a hard crash pad.
It certainly
that's
is.
Supposed to help. The indicator and wiper stalks are really strange.
Yeah, they're also on the wrong side. So that's the indicator, and that's the
That's the same way the Mazda MX-5 is.
Yes.
They've got on the Mark 1s, they've got the indicators on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Which weirdly actually seems more intuitive.
It's a lot better.
It's easier to use, isn't it? This was a really innovative car back in its day with loads of revolutionary features like the engine, and I believe it was also one of the first mass-produced cars to have a hatchback, I think.
Yep, so I believe so. So the rear window just opens up. And then it sometimes locks in there depending on how it feels.
It's just mood dependent.
Yeah, and then the back seat folds down as well.
Oh, cool, yeah. Should we fold it down?
You can, yeah.
Just this thing?
Rubber little thing, yeah. And then it should just fold down. So there's quite a lot of space in there for what it is, really.
And I think they even did a van version of this.
Yeah, so they did a van and there's an estate as well.
So obviously you said that you took all the bright work off, except the bumpers, to respray it.
Yeah.
So that's obviously why the luggage rack
and the side trims
are missing. But these wheels don't look original. Have you changed those?
Yep, so I took the original wheels off, and these are 7 inches wide by 13 inches in diameter, so they're bigger and wider. They are just cheap-ish, like JBW wheels, so it's the brand John Brown wheels.
Oh, I've got to say.
Look like the old Cortina sort of style.
It really sets the car off nicely.
Yeah.
Has it been lowered as well?
Yep, so I put adjustable SPAC suspension on it to bring it down, and it's got adjustable dampers so you can adjust the rebound and bump stiffness. And
that's quite good then.
So they're
not cheap.
No, so they're pretty decent quality, and they feel good when you're driving along.
Yeah, no, that's a nice amount of adjustability to have, especially on something with odd handling characteristics. So, yeah, so what's that, 175/50 13s?
Yes, so they're wider than the original, but still not very wide. So.
That's quite a stretch you've got on it, on 7-inch rims. So.
The other reason for the upgraded wheels was I put Fiesta front discs on it. So I got rid of got rid of the old drums and put discs on it to help it feel better.
That'll make a big difference.
Yeah.
That steering wheel looks suspiciously like the one in an MX-5.
Yeah. So it's just a Nardi steering wheel. So it's probably what came in your MX-5.
Yeah, nice little upgrade.
Yeah.
They're really nice steering wheels, those.
Yeah, so the standard one's like driving a boat, it's massive, so obviously that's a smaller one.
These seats look pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Are they original?
They are the original ones, so you can see sort of going, sort of splitting at the moment. But
the actual, but it's vinyl, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the vinyl wrapped, sort of a wire, spongy mess underneath.
But the actual vinyl itself feels okay. It just looks like the only issues with it is the stitching itself is broken.
Yes.
I reckon it could be repaired.
Quite a nice quality still.
I've also noticed there's no carpet. What's up with that?
So when we got it, it was a bright bluey green and it looked absolutely vile. So I ripped that out, and then it was in a tent sort of garagey thing at the time.
Yeah.
But we had to, it blew away that, so that ripped in half. So we then realised that all the knackered window sills are all gone, so it started pouring water through.
I was going to mention those.
So didn't run a carpet because I didn't want it to go mouldy.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So I just bought these mats for now. So
the choke lever you were on about as well.
Yeah, so that's the choke lever. Next to the gear stick, so you just pull that when it's cold, and hopefully it starts. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. So.
Yeah, these had a 4-speed all synchromesh gearbox, didn't they? So.
Yeah, so it goes in nicely. Still very short gears.
I actually quite like the patina it's got. This is walnut, right?
Yeah, so it's a walnut veneer, just thingy, so it's sort of flaking off there and the lacquer's gone, but I was going to try and restore it just to make it look better. But
yeah, it's almost got a sort of snakeskin look to it.
Yeah,
now.
so it's sort of all crackled away. But
you can just say it's patina.
Yeah, it sort of goes with the rest of the bodywork.
It does. This box, is that?
So that box was my granddad's old suitcase. So it's got my name, or Turner, my last name on it.
It's not just for looks then?
So it's not just for looks, and I've turned it into a speaker box. So instead of cutting holes to put the speakers in the doors, I've just made a wooden surround sort of thing to put that in. So it's a Bluetooth speaker. So
that's really nice. Yeah, I like that. And does it sound alright?
It sounds pretty good. It's Audi, the upgraded Audi speakers from the car. So
is that out of the scrapyard or something?
Yeah, out of the scrapyard. Nice. So I got those for free, and then I got the wood out the shed, and then I got the suitcase for free because it was in the family. So
now that's budget engineering. That's great.
Budget.
Right up my street. And of course,
you have to keep the fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Yeah, that's sort of a requirement with old cars now. It picks up quite nicely, actually. Yeah, it actually drives really well.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. And steering's nice and light once you get going. I like that. Yeah, it's quite direct. The only thing odd is the whole sitting sideways bit.
Yeah.
Feels like a go-kart.
Yeah.
The angle of the steering wheel is very much how a go-kart is.
Yeah.
As well.
I do want to get sort of buckety seats.
Yeah, that would be quite.
Sort of hold you in a bit.
Yeah, I can tell straight away why people race these. I'm assuming the temp gauge does work because that's basically the important one.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah.
6 gallons, 27 litres.
Yeah, it's not very big.
I like how they've got both units on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really seems like you said, it's very nippy.
Yeah.
Getting up to speed. So around town it would be quite good as well.
Yeah.
It does struggle a bit in the higher gears though.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, it's set up nicely. The suspension's really good. He's done a good job with that.
Thank you.
I don't know how good they can be, but this does feel good. Did they have an option for an overdrive at all on these?
No,
but
somebody has made a 5th gearbox.
Oh,
so they take out reverse though.
Oh, right. They put a 5th in instead. I don't see what people were complaining about when this car came out when it was new. The problems it had. Doesn't matter. when something's this fun to drive,
yeah,
overheating problems are not a problem. It's just a short break to cool the car down,
exactly,
to have some more fun. Rev match is really nicely too. Very easy to do in this.
It's a nice and small engine.
Yeah.
So it revs up nice.
Yeah, the only thing that is a bit weird is having this arm straight and this arm bent to steer it. It's the same thing on my Scimitar. It just goes down to the steering rack and at an angle.
Yeah.
But I was going to add I'm going to cut mine, put a universal joint on it and straighten it out.
Yeah.
Because it just feels odd. But actually,
it's nice. You drive with your right hand with your arm out the window.
Yeah.
It's nice feeling.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's better to drive than a DeLorean.
Yeah.
By a long way, yeah. So considering they're both rear-engined, rear-wheel drive, and there's no weight on the front, fuel tanks in the front, all that sort of thing. So it's basically the same setup.
Yeah.
This is better. It's more responsive.
Yeah.
Turning left and right.
You can certainly feel the weight in the back though.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Not as much as the DeLorean. I'll have to take you out in that. And so you can see the back sort of lunges left and right. You can feel it wallowing. But it could be maybe the low profile tyres on this that are doing that. They're helping with this because it doesn't do it. Did you drive it with the original wheels on?
No, so I never drove it. I've driven my friend's one. It's got standard suspension, but it's got wider wheels.
Yeah.
It sort of does feel like a boat.
This is definitely a lovely, like, sunny day driver's car.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Late Break Show. If you've got a car that you think is interesting and you'd like to see it on the show, contact us by email at flex@thelatebreakshow.com. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.